Hello student, today I am going to show you another sample, that is succinic acid of the experiment number 1. So you can see here I already took some solid succinic acid. So like the previous day, we have to perform first of all preliminary test, then after that confirmatory test. So for preliminary test you have to follow the flow chart which is provided in the practical user manual, user book. So according to the flow chart, the first test is what? For the solid sample, solubility in water, no heating. So for this test, what we have to do? We have to take a test tube first of all, then we have to take some solid sample inside the test tube, and then we have to pour some distilled water over here. Now we have to shake the test tube like this way, and succinic acid takes more time to soluble in cold water, in normal water. So it takes some time to soluble. You can see the concentration which I took initially, that gradually decreasing, but it takes some time. I think I have to add more water over here. Maybe this solution is saturated. So now you can see it is completely soluble in cold water. As I told, it takes some time. So you can see, you already see it's take lot time. So now our solubility is done. So once we completed solubility in cold water, so that means it's soluble. So you have to follow this path. So soluble, then after that coming test is what? Blue litmus test. So for the blue litmus test, we have to take a aqueous solution of our sample, and then we have to check the acidity with the blue litmus paper. So in the first test, we already prepare a aqueous solution of sample. So here is the litmus paper. So just roll the paper like this way, and I just going to put this one inside the container, inside the test tube, incline the test tube, and yeah. So you can see the color of the paper is changed into the red. So that means you can consider this is a acidic solution. So our litmus test is also completed. So once we completed litmus test, so we got its color change, that means it's acidic. So you have to follow this path. So it's turns to red immediately, that means solution is acidic. So coming test is what? NaHCO3, that means sodium bicarbonate test. Okay. So for sodium bicarbonate test, what you have to do? Again we have to prepare a aqueous solution of provided sample, and there we have to pour some solid NaHCO3, or you can pour some liquid NaHCO3, aqueous solution of NaHCO3 or solid NaHCO3. Both reagents are available in the lab. Okay. So I am going to add liquid, that means aqueous solution of sodium bicarbonate. Okay, NaHCO3. So aqueous solution we have already, that I prepare in the first test. So here I am going to add the bicarbonate solution, okay, and the observation for this one, it gives you a effervescence for CO2O, okay. Like if you open a Coke water bottle, what happened? Something is coming out from the bottle, that is called the effervescence, okay. So see, you can see bubbles are coming out from the test tube, from inside. See, yeah, okay. So it gives you brisk effervescence. That means what? This also positive. So our NaHCO3 test also completed.
Right.
So as we completed NaHCO3 test, we can understand, that means our sample, this is known. If it is unknown, then you can understand that is a acidic, provided sample is a acidic sample, because only organic acids are gives you the brisk effervescence in NaHCO3 test, okay. So coming one is the Dannig test. So for Dannig test, what we have to do? Again we have to prepare a aqueous solution of our provided sample for the succinic acid, and there you have to add Dannig reagent, okay. So Dannig reagent is chemical which you can find, inside the laboratory, and this is the Dannig reagent, okay. So I am going to add this one in the aqueous solution of our provided sample, okay. So aqueous solution is, as you see, it takes lot time to prepare the aqueous solution, that is why I prepared the aqueous solution already. Now I am going to add the Dannig reagent into this, okay. So this is the Dannig reagent. So I put this one over here. So after adding the Dannig reagent into the test tube, you can see no change, okay. Previously is a transparent solution, now also it's a transparent solution. So that means according to flowchart, if we got white precipitation in cold, that means it's oxalic acid. Otherwise, if no PPT in cold, this is cold, in the cold state I just add the Dannig reagent. So no PPT, so we cannot find any PPT over here. That means we have to go to the next part of the test. Next part is what? For the succinic acid, citric acid and tartaric acid, we have to boil this test tube in the hot water bath, and there we have to add the KMnO4, okay. So I am going to boil this one in the hot water bath. So for that a test tube holder is needed. So I just hold this one with the help of the test tube holder, and I am going putting it inside the hot water bath.
Dot.
So yeah, it's boiled already. So now we have to add potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4, into this, okay. So potassium permanganate, that means KMnO4 also you can find inside the laboratory, that is also a provided chemical or reagent, okay. So this is the KMnO4. So I am going to add this one into the test tube, some drops only. So for this test you can find 3 observations. First observation, color disappear with white precipitation, color disappear without turbidity, and color persist, okay. So you can see the color of the KMnO4, actually this is the concentrated solution, this is the dilute one. I added this one in the aqueous solution, that means our concentrated potassium permanganate also diluted over here. So color of the permanganate is violet color, okay. So this color you can find, this is persist over here, that means we can say our sample is succinic acid, and also we can say this test is positive for the succinic acid, okay. So our Dannig test is also over, okay. So we are completed Dannig test, okay. Okay guys, so with once we completed that Danic test followed by KMNO4, that means what, our preliminary, all the preliminary tests are completed. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to perform the confirmatory test. So we have to find that succinic acid table inside the user manual, inside the practical manual, and according to that we have to perform all the confirmatory tests. Okay, so we are going to perform the confirmatory test. So these are the confirmatory tests. So first test is what, CaCl2 test. Okay, so for CaCl2 test, what we have to do, again we have to prepare a aqueous solution of provided sample, and then there we have to, now first of all we have to prepare the aqueous solution of the sample, then that we have to make neutral. Actually what is required, a neutral solution of OS. OS means organic sample, that means this one, succinic acid. Okay, so how to neutral that solution, how to neutralize the aqueous, normal aqueous solution of sample, that is provided, that is written over here. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to add the ammonia dropwise inside the aqueous solution, and once the smell of ammonia persists inside the test tube, that you have to heat in the hot water bath. All the excess ammonia we have to remove. Once all the excess ammonia removed from the test tube, that means our neutral solution prepared. There we have to add the calcium chloride solution, and calcium chloride is also a chemical, also a reagent that is provided inside the lab, that you can find in the inside the lab. Okay, so I already took the sample inside the test tube. I am going to add some water over here. And again I am going to make the aqueous solution. Yeah, aqueous solution is almost ready. Yeah, solution is ready. So as I told, what we have to add over here, ammonia, dilute ammonia. So dilute ammonia means NH4OH. If you add water over there, if you dilute ammonia, diluted ammonia using water, that gives you NH4OH. So NH4OH also a chemical, also a reagent that you can find inside the laboratory. Okay, so I am going to add some drop of NH4OH over here first of all. And check the smell. Yeah, ammonia smell is coming out from the test tube. That means what? Smell of ammonia persists over here. So we have to heat this one in the hot water bath using the test tube holder. So this I am going to put over here in the water bath. Okay, so just check the smell. Yeah, nothing, no smell of ammonia. That means what? Our neutral solution is prepared. So here we have to put the calcium chloride solution. Okay, so this is the calcium chloride reagent. I am going to add this one over here. So after adding the calcium chloride, what we have to do? We have to boil this one according to the procedure. Okay, so again we have to put this one in the hot water bath. So let it be boiled. Okay, so I think this is boiled. So the coming step is what? We have to scratch the inner wall of this test tube with help of the glass rod. Okay, so we have to hold the test tube like this way, and we have to scratch it using this glass rod. Okay, so I am going to scratch this one. So I am just scratching this one like this way. Actually better to use this one separately. Now see, you have to scratch like this way. See, the transparentness of the solution is gradually changes, and it's now a little bit opaque key. See this, see this. So you can see this is not a good precipitation. If you scratch this one for a while, for 2 to 3 minutes, then all the precipitation will become. So you can understand the precipitation is already started, so that means no need to show it for that much. So you can understand this is the precipitate. Okay, so our calcium chloride test is also over. Okay, so we have completed CaCl2 test. Coming test is what? Silver nitrate test, AgNO3 test. So for AgNO3 test, what we have to do? We have to prepare a aqueous solution, and there we have to add the AgNO3 solution. Actually, for the better result, we have to prepare a Tollens reagent. Not better to use Tollens reagent instead of silver nitrate, AgNO3. Okay, so aqueous solution is already prepared over here. Okay, this is the aqueous solution of succinic acid, and Tollens reagent also I already prepared over here. Actually, the procedure of preparation of Tollens reagent I already show you in the previous video when I did the glucose. Okay, so this is the Tollens reagent. So I am going to add the Tollens reagent inside the aqueous solution of our sample. Okay, so I am going to add this one. Yeah, so you can find the white precipitation is coming. So positive observation for this test is what? White precipitation, and that will be soluble in dilute NH4OH. Okay, so here you have to add the NH4OH, but after adding the NH4OH, this white precipitation will be soluble. So this is the NH4OH. I am going to add this one. See, it's soluble. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see this is soluble. Okay. So that means what? We got positive observation in this case also. So our silver nitrate test, that means AgNO3 test, is also completed. Okay. So we completed first two tests. The third test is what? Danning test. Okay. So Danning test we already did in the preliminary part, so no need to perform the Danning once again. Okay. So observation is here. Okay. So no need to do this one again. So we are going to do the next test. So next test is what? Fluorescent test. Okay. So for fluorescent test, what we have to do? We have to take a dry test tube, not a wet test tube. Okay. A dry test tube. In that dry test tube, we have to add some amount of solid sample, and there you have to add resorcinol, that should be twice of the added solid sample. Okay, so I am going to take these two things first of all. So here I am going to take the sample, this much of sample I added over here, and that means double of this I have to add the resorcinol. Okay, so resorcinol you can find inside the laboratory as a reagent. So this is the resorcinol, and I am going to add double of that taken sample. This always approximately. So we have to take these two things. Sample is to resorcinol is 1:2 ratio. Okay. So now what we have to do? We have to add some concentrated H2SO4, some drop of concentrated H2SO4 in this mixture. Okay. So here you can find the concentrated H2SO4, and once again, when you are going to deal with the concentrated H2SO4, always handle this one carefully. Okay, so I am going to add some drop. Yeah. Now strong heat is required. So for strong heating we have to use the flame. So this, okay, so we have to heat it in the flame. So before going to the flame, what we have to do? We have to take half of beaker of distilled water first of all. Yeah, so this I keep aside of the flame. So once we put this one over the flame, once it is heated, it converted into dark red or bloody red. So once we got that dark red or bloody red thing inside the test tube, that we have to pour in this beaker of water. Okay, so I am just going to put this one over here. So you can see the color changes into dark red or into the bloody red. Yeah, so this I am going to pour over here, porch over here. Okay, so deep red or dark red solution coming, that I already poured in the water. Okay, so once I pour it in the water, a yellow color solution you can find. Now what we have to do? We have to add NH4OH over here. Okay, then only we can get the fluorescence. No, sorry, not NH4OH, strong base, NaOH. Sorry, we have to add the NaOH. Deep red color changes to orange yellow solution, which emits an intense green fluorescence. Okay, so fluorescence you can find. See, now I am going to add the strong base over here. Color will be changes actually, orange to red. Yeah. Now see the color. You can find this is the greeny, okay, and the solution is turns into the red. So this greenish thing is the fluorescence. Okay. So that means what? Fluorescence is also completed. Beautiful fluorescence is already comes over here. So you can understand the color green, and this whole thing is reddish, but from the above and the part is greenish. Okay, so all the confirmatory tests of the succinic acid are done. Okay, so all the confirmatory tests completed. So that means it is confirmed that the provided sample is succinic acid. So how to write it? All the tests which we completed over here, that you can get a instruction from the from your faculty. So that means what? It's completed. So that's all. Thank you guys.